I'm a proud New Jerseyan, and I started to smile when I saw the headline of how NewJersey.com reported on Alina Habba, Donald Trump's White House counselor, getting the plum job of being the New Jersey U.S. attorney. Here's how they reported it in their headline. Trump attorney, sanctioned by court and tainted by sex harassment case, gets plum New Jersey job. That's a hot take in and of itself, but I'm glad you're here for mine. You're here on the Midas Touch and Legal AF YouTube channel. Let's dive into Alina Habba, only because we have to. So we got some weird things going on in New Jersey here. New Jersey at the center of the story. First of all, Donald Trump and New Jersey don't get along. There's an allergic reaction, and I would say mainly by New Jersey gets a rash when it's around Donald Trump. There's very few Trump projects in New Jersey. He's got a golf course there, Bedminster, of course. But every time there's a presidential election, very few, if any, Republicans win at the presidential level. There's been some moderate Republicans that have run New Jersey in the past. Governor Keene, Governor Christie Todd Whitman. But really, it's a Democratic state. It was Obama. It was Clinton, Obama, Biden, and even Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump. That is New Jersey. So now, to pay them back in a bit of retribution, Donald Trump, who's trying to clean up abuse at the federal court system, air quotes are mine, issuing a proclamation instructing the attorney general to start cleaning up abuse of the federal court system. I did a whole hot take where I said, isn't that ironic? You should start with cleaning up abuse. And I said Alina Habba. With Alina Habba, because she's been sanctioned by federal courts for bad faith practice. In particular, she got sanctioned with Donald Trump over $1 million because she brought a meritless bad faith case in federal court, of all places, down in Miami or down in West Palm Beach, where she sued on behalf of Donald Trump, the Democratic National Committee, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Hillary Clinton, and a law firm that now you've heard of, Perkins Coie. And the judge said, that's not a lawsuit. That's a political screed masquerading as a lawsuit, and fined them for bad faith filing. She also got sanctioned by a state court judge. See, she's an anarchist. She doesn't care where she gets, she doesn't, borders don't matter. State court, federal court. State court Judge Engoron in the fraud case involving Donald Trump, where he was hit with a $450 million fraud judgment, he sanctioned her for discovery abuse during the course of that particular case. And every time she got sanctioned or hit or something went wrong for her, like she lost not one, but two federal jury trials for Donald Trump, in which he was adjudged to be a sex abuser against E. Jean Carroll. Of course, she took to I call them the bike racks. They got the bike racks set up in front of the courthouse. She'd be there with her press conferences and, this is an abomination. This is a, affront to our justice system. And Donald Trump loves that. He loves, kind of the fighting, the pugilistic approach. Her law career, what did she do? Of anything of merit or substance? Nothing. She represented a bunch of parking lot owners. She wormed her way into Trump's inner circle. She represented Donald Trump against women accusing him of sex abuse and sexual harassment. Then she had another problem. It looks like there's a kind of a hush money cover-up case that's been reported where a server who worked at Bedminster believed that Alina was her friend or at least her lawyer, when it turns out she was really working for Trump, convinced the woman to sign away her rights in a cheap settlement agreement to settle with the Bedminster golf course. And that's unethical. And so that got quietly brushed under the rug by Alina Habba with a payment. We haven't heard from it since. So secret hush money payoffs, bribery, small-time law, no federal practice, sanctioned by federal judges, losing major federal cases. That sounds like a resume of somebody that you never want to hire at a top legal position. But to Donald Trump, he's going to subject the American people to more of Alina Habba, including those in New Jersey, which he, I'm sure, tongue-in-cheek, said the great people of the state of New Jersey are getting a great attorney. Nobody believes that. It's what NewJersey.com just wrote. We're getting a cast-off. We're getting the lesser light. And why was this being done? That's the real question I want to get to the bottom of on this hot take. When you first look at it, you're like, well, why is John Giordano, who just got the job and just got confirmed by the Senate, why did the Trump administration put Giordano through the whole rigmarole of going through a Senate confirmation process? If they were just going to move him over and move him out and send him to Namibia, which is an African nation, a democratic nation in Africa, that is it is very important to the U.S. I'm not saying it's not a not important position, as our press secretary likes to say with her double negatives. It's not an important. It's one of the greatest or biggest producers of uranium, nuclear bombs, atomic strategic minerals. China really wants to get a foothold in there and has. A lot of the infrastructure in Africa and in Namibia has been done by China. So it's a way to counterbalance that. I sort of see why it would be a promotion. John Giordano is a Philadelphia lawyer. Really, his biggest claim to fame is that he was a big Trumper, big Trump supporter. Trump sent him to the UN to do some strategic negotiating over there. He donated and bundled a lot of money together for Donald Trump. Trump always remembers who gave him money. And now that there's, I guess they're having trouble finding somebody to take that job. And so they were like, John, do you want it? Oh, I just got in a U.S. attorney. Don't worry, we'll put Alina Habba in. And all this behind the scrim or the backdrop of Donald Trump attacking law firms, going after federal judges, just like our Chief Justice John Roberts said would happen effectively, and him coming out with a new proclamation empowering Alina Habba's new boss, Pam Bondi, they're separated at birth, to go after big law firms who wouldn't play nice with Donald Trump, didn't want to represent Donald Trump, didn't want to pick him in the playground for their next game. And so now he's paying them back. Oh, they got DEI, get rid of that. They got contracts with the American government, get rid of them. They got clients who have contracts with the American government, get rid of them. And this is all under the guise of, we're stopping abuse. Stopping abuse of the federal court system. You want to stop abuse of the federal court system? You, Trump, stop abusing the federal court system. Stop bashing federal judges, calling for their impeachment. It got so bad, John Roberts had to step out of character, if he has a character, and issue a statement to tell Trump, back it off, back up, stop attacking federal judges, stop calling for their impeachment. That's how bad it got. And against that backdrop, Alina Habba, if you already have a maelstrom, if you already have a hell on earth, a hellscape devised by Donald Trump, what better? What do you need to add to that? Right, Alina Habba becoming a chief federal prosecutor in a major state like New Jersey, where corruption and crime and drugs and the mafia and organized crime and immigration issues all come to a head through New Jersey. It's got a port, a huge port. It's got, a huge airport. It's got it's a transit spot for commerce. It's got a huge pharmaceutical industry, a huge IT industry, always has. Bell Labs, the original Alexander Graham Bell, had its headquarters in New Jersey. Big pharmaceuticals like Johnson & Johnson, Merck, New Jersey. There's a whole corridor in the New Brunswick area that's dedicated to health sciences, life sciences, pharmaceutical. And, so it's one of the, if you had to pick top 5 states, GDP, value to American economy, all of that, has Ivy League school in Princeton located there. It would be New Jersey. New Jersey would certainly be in my top 5 of states, not just because I was born and raised there and bred there. But Alina Habba, yeah, that's an insult to the people of New Jersey. And I'm not sure how long she's going to last. I think this is really, just to give you my own 2 cents here. That's why you come to Legal AF for my 2 cents, isn't it? I think it's also to kind of rehabilitate her, because I gave you the list. She's one of 17 lawyers for Donald Trump that all got fined, sanctioned, lost their bar licenses, indicted or convicted in some cases. John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani, Ken Chesbrough, Jenna Ellis, Sidney Powell, Alina Habba. They all have something in common. Representing Donald Trump was not good for their careers. Now, Alina Habba her career is counterintuitive. Based on her body of work, no pun intended, she should not be this successful. But Donald Trump took a liking to her. And I guess Melania too. He escorts her. When Melania is not free, they go on a date together to MMF or MMA fighting and wrestling. And, she's wearing the MAGA. She thinks she's a social influencer. She gets to buy $50,000 Birkin bags and advertise them on Instagram with her girlfriends. She went hardcore Trump. And now she went from having I don't know. If she made several $100,000 a year, I'd be surprised in Bedminster, New Jersey. She's making several $1,000,000 a year. She was the lawyer and the spokesperson for the Trump PAC. He made her a White House counselor, which used to be occupied by people who were at least competent, like Kellyanne Conway. I mean, I don't like her, but at least she was competent. James Carville was a White House counselor. And then you got Alina Habba. So I think this is more of that rehabilitation campaign, if you had to ask me. Now she's going to have that on her resume, U.S. attorney. And then if Bondi doesn't make it, maybe they slide her in. Or maybe they're grooming Alina Habba for a judgeship, a federal. I said it and then I threw up a little bit in my mouth. Alina Habba, federal judge. Yeah. We're watching the rehabilitation campaign. Giordano didn't care because he gets to be Ambassador Giordano for the rest of his life. His father owns a trucking business, a logistics business. He's a kid that, came from upper middle class and went to Philly, and now he's an ambassador. He gets so it's sort of like killing two birds with one stone for Donald Trump. But I think this is the rehabilitation campaign for Alina Habba, because what's next after acting? I don't think she'll get the full-time job. I don't think she'll want the full-time job. She'll do it for like a year. And then Alina Habba, who served as White House counselor, who served as U.S. attorney for New Jersey. She's now the fill in the blank, deputy attorney general, federal judge, Supreme Court justice. Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyhow, we'll follow it all right here on Legal AF. I got to take a break now. I'm Michael Popok. Until my next hot take. I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touches Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok Firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.